It's that time of the week. You have given me 7 questions. I will give you 7 answers. Let's start with question 1. From Zeltra's Millennium, do you like the special Sonic the Hedgehog Nazo Unleashed story done by Chakra X Newgrounds? I cannot actually say I have watched the aforementioned Flash story, or if it's a similar thing to YouTube Zeltrax, so no, I cannot say that I like it, but by the same token, I cannot say that I don't like it. So I can't give you an opinion on that one, but I might check it out at some given point in the future. Question 2 from Weird Network. If Generation 1 kit was a Transformer, do you think it would look like an old school Cylon? That's a bit of an awkward question. For the simple reason, I'm not really that familiar with Battlestar Galactica. The only thing I know of Battlestar Galactica is that the Cylons had the same scanner as both Kits did. Or even Kift, but you know, everyone knows my stance on Knight Rider 2000. I'd rather not mention it. I know I just mentioned it just there, but I'm mentioning it just as a reference. Okay. I don't know if he would look like an old school Cylon, because again, not really familiar with, with Battlestar Galactica, so... I mean, if you think he would look like one, then fine, but not really that familiar with Cylon, so again, Weird Network, I can't really answer your question on that one. Very sorry. Question 3 is direct from my right-hand man, X24 Rider. He writes, we all know Knight Rider is your favourite show of all time, and he is enclosed in brackets and mine, but are there any other TV shows, in closed brackets, all genres, that you're really, really fond of? Rider, why do you hit me with the tough questions? To answer that, there are multiple shows that I happen to enjoy watching. I mean, I've recently got into watching Angel properly, not to get confused with Teen Angel, guys. I'm referring to Angel as in the spin-off from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because it's quite an in-depth and complex show, and it's really good. I wouldn't say I was really fond of the series, but it's a growing likeness, shall we say. You know, I'm slowly getting to like it more. I mean, I really, really do love Monday Night Raw. I mean, I know the WWE is not the same as it used to be. When you compare the Attitude Era to the PG era, it's night and day, you know. You can't really compare the two. But if there is one other show that I really do praise on the same level as Knight Rider, it would be the anime series Slayers. For the simple reasons, it's slapstick, it's comical, it takes the utter mickey out of the genres that it mocks, which is sorcery, swordsman, and the idea where the main heroine, Lena Inverse, is not a 6-foot-tall, busty, blonde, damsel in distress, run-of-the-mill, thick as a post heroine. You know, you've got a girl that's very smart, very witty, very savvy, but she's about 5 foot, is not very ample, has a short temper, is greedy, and she has red hair. And to quote Lisa Ortiz, I dig that. So, and of course there's the 2 versions of Slayers. There's the Slayers overs and movies with Naga, which I've read up is actually known as the Slayers Special, so you're learning something here, kiddies. And then there's the Slayers, the TV series, Try, next, and the next 2 seasons that we got, which is Slayers Revolution and Slayers Evolution R. Why the 2nd season after that is Evolution R, who knows? The Japanese come up with all sorts of, adjectives at the end that we still scratch our heads over, but Slayers is definitely one that's high up there. Question 4 comes from Bouncy TH. Is there any fictional characters in movies, video games, cartoons, anything that annoyed you the most? Why are you hitting me with the hard ones today? Ones that really, really annoyed me. It's a very good question. I mean, there were quite a few fictional characters down the years that irritated the living crap out of me. But trouble is, when you move on to something else, you kind of move away from the sort of little things that irritated you, and you tend to just focus on the stuff that you enjoy and you praise the most. I don't know. I cannot really give you a definitive answer on that one. In movies, I'm just trying to think of. Let me see, one that's really annoyed me in a movie. If I'm gonna pick one that's really going to annoy me, I would have to say Arnold Schwarzenegger's portrayal of Mr. Freeze. Why? Watch the movie and you'll understand what I'm saying. The only reason I'm saying that is I cannot really think of anything off the top of my head that has annoyed me to a great deal, because I try not to let things annoy me. I'm sorry if that doesn't answer your question definitively, Bouncy, but, you know, again, I can't really give you a good answer on that one. But we move on. Question 5. We're two away after this one. Comes from Random DCE. And he writes, with a rather sensible question this week, I might add, what do you think of this back-to-basic games with the likes of Mega Man 10 and Sonic the Hedgehog 4? I'll tell you what my 2 cents is on that one, little brother. I like the idea that quite a few companies are taking things old school again and letting all the mature, the older fans know that we haven't forgotten you. We haven't forgotten our roots. We know where we came from. We're going to give you these games that you grew up and treasured in the late 80s and the early 90s, and let you know that, essentially speaking, that part of your childhood is still alive and well and breathing. I mean, I'm not really familiar with the Mega Man series. I mean, Mega Man, the only thing I knew of Mega Man was on Captain N. That shows you how much I know of it. But as for Sonic the Hedgehog 4, see, I'm kind of split down the middle with this. I mean, I like the idea that, you can get nostalgic and, again, old school and, take Sonic back to his roots. But at the same time, I feel like this is a step back. I know sometimes you have to take a step back to go 2 steps forward. But I don't know. I think Sega are taking a risk with this. I just hope it pays off. I like the idea of it, but it's risky. But we're holding out for you, Sega. I mean, you're due a win, aren't you?